All right, so just give us a little hint on where we're going to be in the next few weeks. Not tell us too much. Just tell us. Obviously,
and
Peter's
I'm sorry for the
home.
reruns. It's the Olympics. It would be very un-American of us to put on a new
That's
show
a good point.
when they're winning the gold.
Plus, you'll be very happy when there are new ones later.
But there are, yes, and hopefully next season we'll get more in the can earlier on.
You're doing 22, I assume, this year, right?
We're doing 23.
You're doing 23, okay. An extra. Yeah. You're getting an extra.
You get an extra one. What was your question?
What's coming up? What are you going to...
Well, how do I do this? There becomes a very interesting storyline. Maybe a little bit of a love triangle happens.
Ah.
And it causes tremendous amounts of anxiety in her.
You know, you said about ER when the writers wrote the character in a way you thought was wrong. You were very uncomfortable with that, right? Because
when they wrote that she had 7 sisters?
7 sisters, and she was getting involved with various guys, and they didn't really have a handle on much, because you thought, by then, you probably knew her.
Yeah, well, after 6 years.
Yeah, and the way she was supposed to be. And I'm wondering if that happens here, that you sort of have gotten to the idea of, I think I know this woman.
Well, yes and no. I think the beauty of getting older is letting go a little bit and allowing things to take form and not controlling it. And in a certain way, I feel very fortunate in that the writers are so good, I trust them. And the first time I'll take a pass at the script, I'll be like, oh, no, she can't. Wait a minute. And then I look at it differently, and I reread it through their eyes, seeing her, instead of me seeing her looking out.
Yeah.
And I'm really starting to trust their instincts. They haven't steered me wrong yet. And I feel... Josh Charles, who plays Will Gardner, we were talking about this. We had a very specific scene, and at first we read it, and we're like, oh, please, this is, we got all actory on it. And then I was like, wait, let's listen to the writing. Just listen to the writing. And then he came up with something, and I was like, you're right. Blah, blah, blah. And next thing we knew, we were back to exactly what was on the page. And there's this wonderful trust an actor has to feel for their writers. And now, after we're on episode 18 or whatever it is, I sort of take the script and go, okay, this is my job today. And instead of battling it, I make what they write work for the show, not for me.
Yeah. So you don't expect to run into that situation then, at least.
I really don't. And if it's really something big, I will say something. Like if it's something that just feels so out of whack, I'll say, this feels, I never say I can't do this. I'll always say, this feels a lot. What exactly do you want here? Because I don't know how to play it, and then we'll talk about it rather than meet it with, young actors are always like, I can't, it's so unreal. It's like, wait a minute, maybe someone else has a better view. And it takes the pressure off me.
Okay, we didn't say one thing. When does the movie open?
March 19th.
Okay, so March 19th.
It's a good time.
City Island, and Tuesday nights at 10, The Good Wife. And that's
Thank you, Julianna.
Julianna Margulies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was
Great.
wonderful. You're so